This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I got talented musician, soul singer, R&B, pop. He does it all. Som1 in the building. How's it going, man?
Been going good, man. What about yourself?
Oh man, we just knocking out some great interviews.
That's
Just
what's up.
talking to great people out here in Austin. Can't ask for better.
Bet.
This is what I'm doing for the month of January. You got any New Year's resolutions?
Not really resolutions, man. I never really called them resolutions, man. My thing was always to set goals. So, whether I give myself 6 months to do something, or the whole year to do something, I always wanted to set goals, because it's a little bit different when you have a goal and you got to set a plan and everything like that. So, I actually been on my fitness thing, here pretty
Okay.
recently, for the past few months, before January started. It's kind of cliche, but I think I'm gonna keep it going. I just gotta be healthy when I'm out on stage and everything. You know what I mean? So, I definitely been knocking that out. And as far as my career, I got some plans. Some things and some goals that I set. That I'm really trying to reach for, really trying to hit, so I can get there. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Well, let's take it to the beginning. Where are you originally from?
I'm actually originally from Austin, Texas. Born
Let's
and
get
raised.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in Austin, north, south. Where we represent?
East side, O2.
East side.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, how was childhood?
It was good, man. Not for real. It was real good. I never really say bad this, bad that, because a lot of stuff that we go through, kind of shape us to where we are, and I like where I'm at. You feel me? I like it's just teaches you a certain mindset. Being where we from. But yeah, man, it was pretty dope.
Did you play any sports?
Yeah, I did. I played some sports. First got into football when I was in fifth grade. So I
The
fell
Texas way,
Yeah,
everybody
you
gonna
know.
play football for the most part.
You know it, man. Started that off when I was about fifth grade. When I got to high school, I started doing other sports like basketball, wrestling, and things like that. But
Okay.
yeah, football
Wrestling,
was definitely
interesting.
yeah.
Cool. And you dabble into it all. What were you playing basketball?
I was a guard in basketball.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Was you a shooter?
yeah. Still is a shooter.
Oh, yeah. You always got to be able to shoot. What high school did you graduate from out here?
Connolly High School.
Okay. Cool. So, what got you into music?
Man, honestly, I've been dealing with music all my life. It's it sounds like cliche when people say been in it all my life, but to me, man, I really been around music all my life, like instruments, playing music, things like that. And one of the things is that I love about music is the way you can communicate with music. You know what I mean? Sometimes people might not get what you're saying when you're talking to them straight up, but they'll get it in the song. You know what I mean? So I definitely, definitely had to get into music. It's been, it's a part of me. It's a part of my life.
Cool. Where did the name Someone come from? I like that.
So
Someone.
yeah, someone, man. That right there, definitely holds some weight with me. My grandma, she used to always tell me, you're gonna be someone when you grow up. You're gonna be someone. And so the day before she passed, I actually went by the house and everything. She said it one last time, and that right there, I was like, I had to use that name.
Oh man, that's deep.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Grandma, man.
most definitely.
Do you remember your first session, like studio session? And
Um,
then do you remember your first show?
I actually do remember my first session. It was back in 2012. My homie Scotty Jones put me on, another local artist. But yeah, he put me on back in 2012. Man, took me to the studio. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Man, was fiending for the mic, bro.
Feeling for the mic.
Yeah,
And then I bet it was dope hearing yourself.
most definitely,
Yeah.
man. It was real dope just to kind of just hear everything come together. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to hear yourself when you're recording inside of the booth and everything like that, but to hear everything lay down, and mixed together is real dope.
You remember your first show?
I actually do remember my first show. I was like, and I never really had like nerves, because I was always I grew up in the church too, with the family, and
Yeah.
so that right there just kind of that took the nerves away, because I was always a designated singer and everything, you know what I mean? So
You just ready to go?
yeah, I was ready to go, man. I definitely remember my first show. It was dope.
That's dope. How was the experience, real quick?
It was real crazy, because my first show was actually in Chicago.
Oh man.
Somebody booked me out in Chicago, flew me out and everything. And they had like a whole a whole concert and everything that they you know they wanted me to perform at. So it was real dope just to have that experience. Like a lot of people, their first show is local. You know, they
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
drive down the street. You know what I mean? You right at the
Yeah,
place,
but you was getting flew out.
yeah,
Man, that's dope,
so
man.
it was definitely dope.
Awesome. Real quick, let's segue. I see you got some TikTok videos you do.
Oh yeah,
And they're funny as hell, man. So talk about it. Like, I saw the one about the street lights, the gender reveal. Yeah, the Thanksgiving one. Speaking like with that, do you think that's important now for artists to do? Like to have another way for people to gravitate towards them to hear the music? Because not a lot. It's like people are doing like you're acting, people acting. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
right. Most definitely, man. Because honestly, that's always been one of my dreams as well. Is acting. I always loved it, and so I really feel it's important because you get this show like I'm not only just a musician, you know what I mean? I'm not only just do music. And I think it's pretty dope that TikTok gave that platform because there's a lot of artists who are funny, you know. Mm-hmm. You would never know if we didn't, you know, we never had TikTok, you know what I mean? So I think it's definitely important because you get to show your fans a side of you that they don't get to see every day, you know what I mean? So I definitely think it's important with that, for real.
Yeah, I like that. Keep that stuff going, man. Because like I said, doing that is like it broadens the horizons for everybody.
Right.
What do you think about Austin now? I mean, before the pandemic, it really was on an uprise. Pandemic kind of, you know, just made it didn't dip it. It just kind of kept it this way right now. Right. What are you thinking about Austin? Like how it's morphed into what it is now?
Are you talking about like music wise, or are you talking about
music wise
as a whole?
And as a whole, like
man, honestly, I think the music scene is pretty much the same. You know, when it comes to Austin's music. Like I said, man, like we were chatting it up before, you know, the interview. A lot of people, you know, they want to be their number one. I feel that if a lot of people work together more, we can make Austin even bigger. And then as far as just Austin as a whole, man, it's crazy because, like you said, you know, COVID might have leveled it out, but as far as the growth, it's getting even bigger, man. I went back to the east side like a couple weeks ago, driving by the old place on 12th Street, and I'm like, it's totally different. You know, I was like just stoked because I'm like, bro, it's like it don't look nothing like it used to. You know, It's growing. So
even like 3 years ago,
right, 3 years ago, even that from there to now just changed. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, it's definitely growing. Like I remember when I was back in college, I was going for electronics engineering, and I had a project to do, and they wanted me to figure out how many families are moving to Austin, and that was back 2016. We had about 100 families moving to Austin per week. Man. Now we have 1,000 families moving to Austin per week. Man. And it's
and
crazy.
I'm not. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it, but I'm not even surprised.
It's crazy.
It's like traffic is worse every single day.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, yes, it's very interesting. Talk about talk about Hey Love. I like that record. That record goes hard. Talk about creating that. Let's talk about that record first, and then we'll get to your new record coming out called Crazy.
Okay, baby. Well, with Hey Love, man, right there, that one it wasn't really too difficult to create because it's a situation that everybody has been through. You know, we always,
stuff,
bro. Like
that's some real stuff.
We always, everybody has had that person that they were with to where you're like, I love you, but you make me want to hate love with your actions. You make me want to hate love with, you know what I mean? Because, like they say, love will make you do crazy things. Even staying with somebody that you know that's not good for you. You know what I mean? It'll make you do that. And so sometimes you want to hate love as far as like, if I didn't, you know, if I just forgot about love, forgot about the I loves yous and everything like that, I would have saved myself a whole world of pain. You know what I mean? And so that's where that came from, man. I was like, everybody has had that one. Everybody, some two, some three, you know, to where they was with them and they loved them so much that no matter what you did to me, you know, how bad you're treating me, I love you so much that I'm going to just go ahead and stick it out. And I feel that a lot of people don't talk about that comfortability. And that's a word that I just made up, but that's not a real word. But I feel like everybody...
Sounds like it's a real word.
Sounds like it's a real word.
We're going to
make it real.
Yeah.
But everybody gets in that that place where they're comfortable, to where change, they're afraid of it. Yeah, and what true. I mean by that is, instead of going to something new, instead of going to something better, I'm just go ahead and stick it out. I'm just go ahead and stay here because I'm already comfortable here. You know what I mean? And that can be applied to anything, not only relationships, just life period. Sometimes we get comfortable in a place where we're like, I'm gonna just stay here because I'm comfortable here. This is where it is for me, when there's actually better on the other side.
Exactly. Real quick before we get into crazy, what do you think about, just briefly sum it up, dating in Austin? What do you think about like the dating scene?
I think everything has changed, man. Not even only in Austin, just period, bro.
Well, yeah,
like
the pandemic did that for sure.
The pandemic, or even social media, all of that. Like everything is different now. You know what I mean? Like there was no sliding in DMs back then. Back when I was in high school, you were like. No. I think, and it's crazy because I had just went through some old pictures that I had from like 20. Everybody was doing like the 10-year challenge or whatever, and I seen how Instagram used to look, and I was like, before any of this, like. Everybody, you had to talk to that girl. You know what I mean? Like, you had to talk to that guy, that girl. Now, you can slide in the DM, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, the icebreaker is over DMs or, you know what I mean?
You done started your convo and everything else. Yeah.
And so, it's definitely it's changing. It's going to keep on changing. Not only because social media, but times are changing. So, it's definitely going to keep on changing. So, I think that it's kind of hard to say it's either better or worse because we got to adapt to the times. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like we have to, the times is always changing, meaning there's going to be some changes everywhere else as well. So I feel like, in my, when I was trying to date and, stuff before Instagram and things like that, those ways kind of stuck with me. You know what I mean? So if I'm meeting a female, when I met my girl, I was talking straight up to her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Other people after the whole social media blew up, they're probably gonna stick with their ways, even when it changes later on down the line. They're probably still gonna be sliding in DMs. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like
it's away something.
Right.
Email, something's gonna happen.
Figure out a way. So that's just I just feel that it's definitely changed.
Interesting. Yeah, feel that. Talk about Crazy dropping at the end of the month.
Man,
January 28th, right?
Yeah, January 28th. That joint, man, right there. That was
crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely going crazy,
intended,
bro. For real.
Intended.
That one definitely going crazy, bro. With that one, man, I just kind of wanted to put I wanted to show the bright side of it. Like I was just talking about with Hey Love. I wanted to show that there's also a good side to it. Sometimes you have that one that drive you good crazy. You know what I mean? So the song is like, it's talking about crazy, but it's talking about you driving me a good crazy. Like I can't get enough of you. That type of, that type of crazy. Because it's good and bad to everything. It's like I always tell anybody, too much of anything can be bad, even if it's good. I was talking to my doctor a couple weeks ago, and he was like, if you eat too clean, your body could also have this negative effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
too clean.
Right, if you eat too clean, your body can have. So there's good and bad to everything, and I just kind of wanted to show the good side of things, to that relationship. R&B, man. I think that R&B has changed as well, but I kind of want to bring back those. I kind of want to merge the old with the new with my music, man. Like back then, you could talk about you could talk about love, and you'd be all right. Nowadays,
now they're going straight to it's toxicity more that you're gonna hear.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
and so
I was
I'm
listening to something today about that.
Yeah.
More toxicity.
And I'm like, man, it's I definitely want to and I've always been real in my music, bro. Like I always talk about my life, what I've experienced. And so I feel like there's not a lot of people that's talking about real relationship, things that happen in relationships.
You're talking about get right down to it.
Exactly. And so I'm like, I definitely, with Hate Love, we had that side, that experience that everybody's had with Crazy. Everybody's had that as well, but I just want to show both sides of it.
Dope, man. Real quick, I see you got a shoe game going on with you.
I
see a lot of the shoes. What's your favorite kicks you got?
Let's see, man. My favorite kicks.
Not to put you on the spot. You be like,
no,
I don't want to do my other kicks wrong.
Yeah. I got
like
so many,
kicks.
bro. Nah, I got some. Man, it's
I would say let's make it easier for you. If you could pick one pair, and if you were like, okay, I'm spending X amount of I would spend that much for it. What's the pair that you would get?
Let's see.
Like me, I'm the Space Jam Jordans.
Ooh, yeah, them was dope. When it comes to shoes, I like to be different. Everybody got Jordans, so sure. I literally only have one pair of Jordans that I didn't even buy. Somebody gave them to me for a gift. Everybody has Forces, so the Forces that
you wear one Forces once, R.I.P.
Yeah, like right. And so I'm like, everybody got those, So my shoes that I got is stuff that people really don't wear, And so if I were to pay, X amount of dollars for, a certain shoe or something, it's gonna be some exotic like Back to the Futures or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
like the mag ones, the one that tied themselves.
Exactly. I'm gonna come out with those or something like that.
Too,
you feel me?
Those look crazy.
Yeah. So
Marty
I'm
McFly's
like, yeah. But as of right now, you know what I mean? Like I really don't have no favorite shoe because like I wear all my shoes. Like some people, they wear them one time and they don't wear them for like another 3 months. I wear all my shoes. Now the crazy thing is, the one thing that people don't really know about me, I like my shoes, but I don't really like shoes.
Oh, I would tell. I saw all your shoes. I was like, yo, you got shoe game fresh. I
mean, I wear them because I have to. If I had the choice, like I walk around in the store with no shoes on.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, the shoes set the fit off.
Right.
Like, you can get away with a white tee, white pants, and a dope crazy shoes, or all black and dope crazy shoes.
Most definitely, man.
So it's more of like a cheat code.
It really is. Like
it makes life easier, man.
And what kind of it reminds me of is like the 90s, the 80s and 90s, where even if you had a suit on, if you had dope tennis shoes on, you was good. You could have a sweater vest on. If you had some dope tennis shoes, you good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it don't even matter what you got on. That's the top and bottom is good as long as you got dope shoes.
Yep.
It's dope. So it's definitely a cheat code when you got fresh kicks.
So what you got coming out? You got any new projects? I know you got the 2 singles. What you got coming up?
So it's in the talks. You'll probably hear something a little bit later on in the year. But yeah, it's definitely in the talks. But right now I'm definitely focusing on getting that fan base up. That's just one thing that I kind of feel is that a lot of the new artists, they kind of lack is that patience. If you don't have the fan base for a project, you don't need to be releasing a project. You know what I mean? Like, because you could actually hurt yourself. Because then whenever, like, imagine putting all that money that you got, that budget that you have, into a single, and that blowing up rather than you trying to spread it over across a whole project. You know what I mean? And it not being heard.
Exactly.
So right now, I'm just definitely trying to, build that fan base. So it'll be a few more singles that come out before I, think about dropping a project.
Definitely be keeping up and watching out for that. Like I said, you're dope, bro. I like that stuff. Great R&B. Hey, man, we gave you some gifts.
Good. Oh, okay.
Now, I hope, is that the Som1 symbol?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was going to make sure, man. Yeah, see what we gave you, man.
Man, that's dope. First of all, the picture on the front, that's live.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's hard,
I saw that was like a year. And I believe, that's a sweater.
Okay,
bad.
Long sleeve. Hey, we need it, bro.
Yep.
The Texas weather is like so.
Yeah, ain't no telling.
But it was just cold like 2 days ago.
Yo, it was like what, 25.
Yeah.
And then it just jumped up to 75. Like, yo, welcome to Texas.
Oh yeah, that's dope, bro. That's dope.
Just for my man, Som1. Where can we find you at on the DSPs and the socials, man?
So my socials, man, right now my socials are Som1 Music, Som1 Official Music. That's my socials. But on IG, that's where I'm most, I'm most on that. So Som1 Music, SOM, the number 1, and then music. Y'all can find me on there. I'm on Facebook. I got a Facebook page and everything like that. Also, my website is Som1 Official. If you want to check out the website and everything like that, got my music up on there, pre-save for the new track and everything.
Awesome, bro. Hey man, I appreciate you coming by, man.
Most definitely.
Wish you a great 2022. I know you're gonna do some big things. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing that TikTok too, and keep up with that music, man. Keep doing them both.
Yeah,
That's gonna get them, man. I'm
most
telling
definitely.
you.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I'm signing out. Som1.